from the government, and I'm here to help.
Take a look, it's in a book.
Members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda.
Let's watch Figure It Out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another wonderful episode of We Figured It Out. That's Matt across the screen from me, and I'm your boy Michael. Oh, you see that? I took fucking both the names that time.
Dang, dude. Like, I didn't even go, I'm Matt.
Nope. I was ready. I was like, this guy might have something up his sleeve.
Heck yeah,
So
man.
What's going on,
Always.
man? How's your day?
Interesting, dude. So, going to spend some monies today. And, you know the rule with, like, monies, right? You have to have over, obviously, half of a bill. Well, I had found this 20.
Hey,
Missing
it's a
part
real
of it,
20.
right?
Yep.
But the machine at the store wouldn't take it, so they can't take it. So the machine told them no.
What?
Yes.
What?
So the machine, like, their vault won't take the money, so
What
they
machine?
can't take my money. Their vault, like, it works like a dang like a vending machine almost. So they slide it in there, and if it like won't take it, then they're like, no, we can't take your money.
So what happens, man? What happened to the take it to the fucking bank, right? They don't put it in the blue bag anymore or whatever that is.
Like, it's not good cash now because it's slightly ripped. That's not the rule. Like, do people not know the rule? Like, and then like they understand the rule, but the machine tells them no. So the machine's in charge, really. I can't hear you.
There you go.
There,
I forgot to
you're
unmute
muted.
it. The money's been worthless for a fucking while. So
Yeah, dude,
that's
especially
a point,
cash.
whether or not it was torn or not. But
So
yeah,
yeah,
I
now
feel
from now on, just so that money, like, so apparently the machine told them that my money's no good there, so they can listen to the machine, and I will rip every dollar that I spend in this town, so it cannot be spent at that store.
yeah, what the fuck?
Every single dollar I spend here will be ripped. I
They
promise.
they're not even allowed to decide for themselves now anymore with their
No.
eyes. Oh, it's over 50%. We still
The
got a
machine
bill.
made there. Yeah.
Why
The
does it have
machine.
to go to the machine?
Because the machine's in charge, and it's their policy that they have to listen to the machine. So when you have stupid policy, like, yeah, I'm just gonna, okay, you can have stupid policy, but you aren't, like, any dollar that goes through my hands will not go into your, then it can't go into your vault then. Fine.
Yeah.
I see your policy.
Dude, you need to let's
So make
fucking
that a thing, dude. So every time you spend $1 here, make sure
yeah.
it's only a 3/4 of a dollar. You
Dude,
know?
let's get way worse than that. Let's fucking find out how much that machine can like actually tell, and maybe just every bill we ever come across in our life, we just got to tear off a little piece of the corner, and then it will never be able to be used there.
Ever.
Every dollar we ever come across. I mean, not that I'm saying I come across a lot of money. That is
No.
not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
I'm not going to make a dent.
From now on, yeah, if I spend $1 in this town, it will be, yeah, because the machine's in charge there.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
That's fucking horseshit too. It's like, what if this was my last buck?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, like, and I didn't even, like, honestly, I was kind of perturbed by it, so I just left, man. I was like, you know what? No, I'm not even, like, what if your other machine tells me no on my money? You
Yeah.
know, like, that makes it kind of dangerous, you know?
It's like, I'm not even going to swipe my card now because that shit's fucking weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
I don't
I
like
don't
that
trust your guys. I don't trust your one machine. I'm not going to trust this one.
Yeah, I don't trust
You
the
guys just don't want
algorithm.
my money, you know? The machine's telling you don't take money. That's so I'm just gonna.
You can't trust any machine.
No.
Anymore. And
No.
it leads into what I wanted to get into, because there are some astronauts who made the grave mistake, even though we've been watching it for the past year play out, of trusting a Boeing aircraft into space. And I think it's been 70 plus days now. It was supposed to be 4, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but so we're gonna talk about Boeing, and I'm sure anybody listening, I know you have. Everybody knows they've come under some shit lately for fucking up, right?
Yeah.
They had some whistleblowers come out, and the people were like, "Hey, man, they're using fucking shoddy parts here." Sorry, I'm looking at something here on my mic, giving fucking weird noise in my headphone. Is that too loud?
No.
Oh, okay. Everybody's
So what
gonna
I
hear.
got into was basically it kind of they were getting one up by Airbus,
Mm-hmm.
basically. And they were trying to keep up with the efficiencies. So they threw new engines on their older models, which they had its own engineering issues because of the ground clearance on them.
Okay.
So they had to put the engines further forward. So it was making them a little bit more nose heavy, right? So they would be a little bit more like this. So they put in their software the machine to tell it no, if you start coming up, and it's all by like this little flap. One flap tells it to do all of this on the side of the plane,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. We're gonna get into it.
And so it tells, and all of that tells it, no, you got to come down. And
Mhm.
so it makes your elevators in the back of the airplane, right? The back wing, right? It makes
Mhm.
those come down. So you're automatically forced into like a nosedive.
Yeah, straight down.
And you, as the pilot, cannot undo it. And even once you can,
Yeah, you better be
you
really good.
yeah, you got to be really strong because you got to
Mm-hmm.
try to move that elevator by hand now, which is essentially a screw that you
Yeah.
got like thousands of pounds of force basically pushing against you.
So yeah, they they did. They had a lot of problems, and when you look at it, it does the 737 Max that they've grounded definitely software. Like whoever wrote that shit did not think of it right. But
No, and yeah, and the whole scrutiny goes into that.
mhm.
A lot of it, yeah.
But it's like maybe that guy's just trying to do his job. um okay, so I wrote a couple little things about it though, right? Boeing is they're the like with all the issues going on, these are little parts that are uneasy to me, right? They're the largest manufacturer of aerospace shit in the world. So like
Mhm.
if Boeing's having problems and you're on a spacecraft or you're doing something, it's probably Boeing
Yeah,
has a part in it, right? And they sell, design, and manufacture not just airplanes, but like helicopters, telecommunications stuff, rockets, satellites, missiles, and then spacecrafts, as we said. I thought missiles was crazy. Um,
especially with their current aircraft issues.
right?
That makes
Yeah.
it
Not just aircraft issues, like we said, the software. And if you know anything about missiles, it needs
right,
software.
right.
Um, but their top three like areas that Boeing cares about, obviously airplanes, and then defense and space security, which is fucking weird. But that's a big thing now though, space security. People care
Yeah.
about that shit. Even though there's never been a problem and they tell us we're alone. It's like what the fuck is space security? Um, it was founded in 1916 and it was some other like airplane manufacturing company in Seattle, Washington. They weren't the original like, oh, we make airplanes. That's not what they originally did, right? They had
Right.
a that's same as everything, you know. Somebody always finds it and goes, "Oh shit, this makes more money. Maybe we should
Right.
dive into that." Um they were like the first people to develop composite material for aircraft that could fly, that was lightweight, things like that, so it kind of put them in the forefront of people being like, "Oh, Boeing." And I think that's kind of their hand in the space world too, is more of like the outer shell.
Right, the aluminum. They have
Yeah.
like a like vested stock in aluminum.
That shit can handle a fucking vacuum of space though somehow.
Dude, and the Van Allen belt, dude. They're like, I don't know why we don't just use that around our radiation stuff, dude. Like, I mean, we'd be safe.
Yeah. Yeah, if the Van Allen is that hot and that radioactive, I mean, at what point of radioactive does it become like explosive? I mean, and that could be never. I could be totally making that up.
It's just like how like they're all charged particles, right?
Yeah,
That's insane to me. Like how are all these charged particles just not like hitting
not
each
dangerous.
other or doing like you know?
How is there not hundreds of shit just going on right outside of us? But I don't know anything about astrophysics. You know, it's not. I'm a construction worker, folks. That means I'm dumb. I got to do what people tell me. Um, I thought it was cool too that Boeing was involved in NASA's Artemis program, and they still are to this day. And that's the one NASA uses to get humans to the moon. Right. So there's the Apollo missions, the Artemis, what? There's another one too. Why can't I think of it? It's a big name.
You gave me the two that I actually knew, and I'm like,
Right.
okay, now what is that one?
Yeah, shit. What is that? The Artemis one wants to return it within the decade, is what I had found while looking it up, and they aim to build a sustainable presence within the moon. So, like,
Like a
they want to be,
biodome.
yeah, exactly. They want to get up there and be like, hey, we could put all our shit here and then move off from there.
Dude, let's sneak on the aircraft.
Dude, I'm all about
Have you
it.
seen the movie? Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm so into biodome. What is that?
Have my
The
Sherman tank.
where he's like, they take all they kill that dude's bugs, and they're like, dude, you're Romulus and Remus are porking or whatever. He's like, yes, we got him to have sex. The crazy guy too. I am God. That's a good movie. I haven't seen in a while. They need to
Oh,
remake that.
dude. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could
Out of
do
all
it
the
on
movies that
you
you
could
could
do it on
remake,
so many different levels too of Biodome, because think of like all the different
Would you
environments
get
in
a
the
new
world.
Polly Shore?
Yeah. Well,
Place the Polly Shore? Or like, I mean, I feel like he was just that part. Like he just like when you cast for Polly Shore, that's just basically what you're casting for.
yeah, you're looking for Pauly Shore.
yeah, you're not asking him to play a part, right? Like kind of like your damn Denzel Washington. Like
Yeah.
you just get Denzel Washington to play Denzel Washington.
I Speaking of Pauly Shore, I want him to fucking play Richard Simmons.
I didn't know they were two different people.
Yeah, one died.
Until one died. I
Yeah,
was like,
right.
oh wait, that's not Pauly Shore.
That's not Pauly Shore. Or you see something go the other way and you're like, wait, that wasn't Richard Simmons?
Right? Like I thought he just changed his name because he quit doing exercises.
Yeah. Dude,
Out of like that same era though, the 90s kind of.
yeah, there's a Mandela effect about like with Richard
Shore.
Simmons's death and all that stuff. And he never wears a headband now, but all I could remember as a child, dude, was that fool in a motherfucking headband.
Yeah.
But it's like not a thing.
Really?
Yeah. I don't believe none of those.
Yeah. I'm starting to wonder.
They're starting to fuck with us. I
They are.
believe I would believe more that they're purposefully seeing how much they could get away with.
Right in our faces, man.
Kind of like the Holocaust didn't happen type scenario, you know,
And the lie repeated enough times, man.
or dick farts, you know.
Dude, nobody will ever believe in those again.
Yeah, they're coming, bro. It's infiltrated the pod. They're real.
People
Anyway.
don't know it. Just women don't believe it, kind of like blue balls, like they just don't believe these things.
Boeing also is like the rockets that carry all the shit. So not only do they make like the material, but they design like, oh, you need to bring 4 fucking people and enough food for all those people. We can design how it should go in here and give you
Right.
the capsule. You know, you might get stuck, but we can make it for you. Or as we like to say, maybe you'll crash. Fuck, I don't know.
See, and we've always thought of like astronauts as really, really smart people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a race car driver knows the engineers. They're very close, right? They're like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you would ride in this car, right? Yeah. When they did that with Boeing, just in the airplanes, people were like, no, I wouldn't fly in these. And they asked like 15 people and they're like,
Oh
no.
yeah.
There was literally like their CEOs and stuff that like were getting on airplanes and were like, oh no, turned around and got off.
Yeah. One of
Like,
the one of the whistleblowers, right? That actually tragically died of getting sick. He worked for one of the other companies, Butch Wilmore. No,
yeah.
that's not him.
No,
He's the astronaut who's stuck. Who's the other one?
but wouldn't you ask some people like that were building it, like, would you go up in it?
I
You don't
have his
know?
name here. Joshua Dean. We'll talk about him right now. Fuck it, right?
Yeah.
He's exactly what you were saying. He was the quality auditor at
Mhm.
Spirit Aerosystems. So like they were the ones supplying as that I could look up. They were the ones that were like supplying the materials for the parts that Boeing was making.
Right.
And
Right.
he noticed that Spirit Aerosystems was selling these defunct shit fucking parts
Mhm.
to Boeing, and Boeing was then passing them off and going, "Oh no, it's good, it's production quality and all this stuff." And he was one of the
Yeah.
people that was like, "Nah,
And then he
man,
just
I
got
wouldn't
sick.
fly that shit. I wouldn't fly in that shit." Yeah, went public with it, and then he passed away suddenly a couple months later, and
And that was the second
unexpectedly.
one, right? That was the
Yes,
second dude.
it was. Yes, they both came up with like lawsuits. They were both actively trying to sue when they died. So I mean,
The
that's
one was
already
actually like, wasn't he like involved in like one of the trials or something and had a
absolutely.
heart attack just randomly?
He shot himself.
Oh, did he shoot himself? I
Yeah,
thought that was, oh yeah, he killed
unalived.
himself there.
Yes,
He unalived himself there.
yes.
Took the old
Um,
Remington retirement.
oh, that's a good one. I'm not
Took the
familiar.
suicide.
The old Remington retirement. That's good. There's a lot of that going on in the old Russian war I see on the news. Those fools
Yeah.
take like a drone to to the tank or whatever, and they scatter, and you see two of them like off themselves. It's like I
Dude,
don't
that's a real thing.
I didn't see fucking stories of that in like the Iraq war. Did that shit happen? Just
Dude,
on the battlefield?
like dudes would not I mean not necessarily the battlefield, but yeah, dudes would off themselves there for sure. Like I mean you get a Dear John letter, and you're
Yeah.
basically stuck on a fucking base. I mean, yeah. There's some dude who used a saw in the porter potty. I'm like, man, that's a mess to clean up.
At least it was in the porta potty, so you could just like,
Was it down?
pick up the porta potty, yeah, tip it over, dump it out.
Yeah, dude, it was, yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, those anyway, yeah, he unalived. We'll talk about him. Um I wanted to get into the astronauts, okay? Because there's a couple little funky things about it. And just it's interesting to me that they went on the fucking Boeing, right? That they went on the Starliner.
How big of a rush is Boeing into to rush them some supplies?
Dude,
Not
they
much. Not
no.
much. They're like, hey, no, SpaceX, you got this.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn, buddy.
Yeah, they're like, ours didn't work the first. And we don't know if we can afford to send another one that's not gonna work.
You
They
seem to
say
have this figured out.
that's part of the thing, right? They want SpaceX to come get them. Well, they can't decide yet,
The
you know.
leader in aerospace is asking
Yes.
SpaceX to
SpaceX,
come
Elon
save
Musk,
them. I'm
a
just
crazy
saying.
dude who wants to put brain implants. Yeah,
Dude, I
yeah,
mean, he's got some good points, dude. He's kind of like Trump, man. Some of his zingers are just they're good.
Oh yeah. Elon Musk is a genius because he hired all the geniuses around him, right?
Yeah.
He knew. He's
If
like,
you
I can
have
find the
money, you can
smartest.
hire engineers, right? I
Mhm.
mean, that's not hard.
Yeah, I don't need to be smart. Um, so it was designed to bring astronauts to low Earth orbit or the International Space Station, like we saw, right? It just goes up a couple 100 miles and then it can come the fuck back down. Reusable, supposed to be. Okay. And it was
Think it's ever
designed.
going to be used again, like any of them?
No, no. It
You
it
messed up one for one aircraft or one for
they
one spacecraft, I guess.
they want to use it, or it was originally being used with SpaceX in their Dragon X capsule system. That motherfucker, that big old, what it looks like, a big old dick bullet
They
that
all look
Elon
like
Musk.
dicks.
Yeah, they're all phalluses. They have to be. They have to be, right? Tower of Babel. Just has to be with Nimrod. Anyway, so they the original plan was because we didn't want to keep using the Soyuz. Soyuz, is that right? Suez? No, that's the Suez Canal. Yeah, the Russian, the Russian capsule
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we returned to Earth with. That's it. Okay.
Gotcha.
So that's the gist of it in layman's terms. It's a reusable fucking capsule that you can bring astronauts back from the International Space Station, was essentially the key to it. But in June of this year, 2024, for all the future robots listening next 100 years, they'll wonder when this was. So 2024 for you robots. Well,
Don't care.
hopefully, maybe Matt will know binary by next episode.
They'll all be my robots. It's okay.
Yes, they will. They'll all fucking turn on you. I've seen those videos. We talked about this.
We
They'll break
did.
they'll break your
We did
fingers
it.
and
We did it
chests.
last episode. And if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out now.
That's right. Go listen. So in June of this year, they sent up Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams. Okay. Two astronauts that agreed once again. And we're going to get into the airplane problems. This comes after the airplane problems. So there's
Right.
already been grounded Boeing spacecraft. And they're like,
Smart astronauts.
yeah, let's take it even further. Okay. So it was supposed to be an 8-day trip. There we go, not 4. They find out during ascent up that there are leaks and it needs to be docked at the International Space Station. And it's been 70 plus days. So probably at time of writing this, I think it was 70. It's probably been close to 80 now.
Yeah.
And they're looking at February of 2025 if they can figure out how to add them to the Dragon X mission that's supposed to be going. Now, I found
Sure,
it
you kind of
interesting.
take priority. Like they're not like, oh well, let's do this mission, and if it, yeah, maybe we'll pick them up on the way. You know.
Mhm. Well, the problem is they, in order to bring them back, they have to like figure out how to make the room to bring them back, but also still bring up the astronauts to replace them, plus set astronauts that are also supposed to be on the mission.
Well, screw replacing them. Why did they need to be replaced?
I don't know. I guess stuff still has to happen up there. I don't, you think when something goes wrong, you call everything off. All bets are off. Let's
Especially
regroup.
when 90% of what we haul up there is oxygen. You're just wasting it at this
Mhm.
point.
What do we call that in construction? Safety stand down, right? I got
Yeah.
stop work authority. I'd be using it if I'm one of these astronauts. I'd be
Right?
like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, like I mean, really, when in our workplaces, safety is key, and everybody's safety is top priority. Like I don't think furthering another mission and throwing more people into the problem is ever an answer. Like, dude, like they teach us that in the military. Like, you don't like. There's a reason. Like, we leave our dude out in the middle of the street. Like, dude, lay down. Like,
Mhm.
we can't come get you because
You
we
gotta
have to
wait.
stop the threat before we can come save you, because or else you're just going to be stacking bodies right there for him. You
Yep.
know, so I mean, that's all you're doing for space, though. You know, you're just going to be stacking bodies in space eventually. You know?
Yeah, they better hope nothing else goes wrong. I guess they feel really good about Dragon X. You know, it's gotten people up there a couple times. So
It's always so tragic
what I want to know is
when these things
how
happen.
is Dragon X successful with people, and Boeing is involved in like the building process of this, but yet fails right away too. They fail right the fuck away. Like, dude, do you remember when the Starliner wanted to take off? It got delayed for like 2 weeks because it was already finding leaks on the ground.
Right, right. And they're
Like,
just gonna push it anyways. Like,
mhm.
does it need to happen that bad?
They're like, we stuffed some tinfoil around the O-ring. I think it's tight now. Duct taped it. Should be good.
Dude, aluminum,
So
man. It's what it is.
what I kind of thought was fucked up too here, okay? It seems like they may possibly be able to bring the astronauts back now. Like they wouldn't need to wait till February. Um, they were going to run a couple tests. I don't know how those turned out. I'm not a fucking scientist, but they were hoping that they could fix the issue, long enough to get the spacecraft back. And these motherfuckers are so greedy, bro, that the problem is they don't know if they send them back on the Dragon X that they are willing to let the Starliner capsule come back without people. Like they think that's too much of a risk that they'll automatically lose it. And they don't want to lose the whole mission. And it's like, that's kind of fucked up. If you're those two astronauts up there and you're like, damn, we got to. So, and the
I'm gonna
problem
sit
is
one out and wait for the mission to be.
decide how we're getting fucked.
Yeah.
Dude, February of 2025 when you were supposed to be there for 8 days. So that's 8 months is what they're going to turn it into.
They have the supplies and everything there for that, right?
They,
Oxygen.
I think yes. Essentially, they just have to,
Be very rationing.
yeah, and be smart. Um, so the issues they ran into, dude, on this thing, there were 5 failures in the reaction control system thrusters. So the software again, okay, and they believe that the seals around those thrusters as well got too hot and like bulged out, and they are now blocking the propellant to the other thrusters. So this motherfucker like essentially can't steer.
Gotcha.
And they're like, I think that's why they want humans on it, just in case there is that issue. They're like, well, maybe a human could at least bring it back if all else fails manually or something. I don't fucking know. Seems risky.
It
Seems
does.
seems if you sent it up there. I don't know. I guess you have to think it was going to work if you put 2 people on it. You weren't sending it up there with, oh, we might lose it.
And see, like they never do like we do like safety redundancies too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no redundancies in any of that. There's no like, oh, don't worry, we can come get you. You know,
Yeah, no,
like
no.
it's like, well, then we'll have to build another rocket and maybe.
Yeah. And hopefully this one doesn't. We got
And
to
maybe
figure
if
out the
that one's not
problem.
scheduled for another mission.
Yes, right. The crazy part is too, you're like, you have
Dude,
these
I can
little,
only imagine like, dude, like I go back to my military stuff. Like, can you imagine like, okay, I I need a medevac. Well, sorry, our helicopter's going this way, but you know, it has a different mission. I know it's on the way, but
but we're not sure.
we don't want to stop and get you real quick. We'll
Yeah.
we got this mission.
How bad are you shot? Can you last?
Can you drive? How far's the drive? You
Yeah.
know,
We're not sure here yet. Will the helicopter be safe if we come get you? Because we're worried about the helicopter.
dude, they really do though. They
Oh
do
yeah. I mean, that's worth a lot of money.
for sure.
Also in like the redundancies, why you would think there was be like different stuff to the thruster. There would be like a secondary valve with like
Yeah.
lines, oh shit, this one clogged or failed, turn on the backup. We see it in every movie. Where's the backup thrusters?
Dude, and like even in your aircrafts, like your Boeings and stuff, there's a lot of redundancies in that, to like that's why they had the software in it is to like, okay, even if the pilot isn't even, but then they also deleted all that data and took it away from the pilots of even having knowledge that that software existed.
Yeah, is a no-no.
Yes.
I wrote down I was like, you know what? Let's look at some gematria on this Starliner shit. Okay. Starliner itself, Neuralink, same. So I thought that was cool. It's a 425. That was the only one. Then I put Boeing in front of Starliner, and this is where it gets fun. Okay. It's 538 is its number. And it also comes out to big fucking mistake. Hindsight's
Wow.
always 2020.
100.
Against Christ, Hillary,
They aren't coming back.
yeah, the real commander in chief. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
They gonna
And
find out.
yeah, goddess Ishtar. I was like, dude, that's fucking weird that all of those and then Hillary Clinton's in that one too.
Prepare for a tragedy.
Did you see her on the DNC yesterday?
I refuse to watch it.
Yeah, I didn't see none of
I
it.
I
That's why I
usually
asked.
like I usually like catch all that stuff like Sports Center kind of just in the
Exactly.
highlights of the stupidity and stuff like that.
I saw that too. And
Like the clips I send you of Trump though, like those ones are pretty good too.
I um I'm gonna say she looked like 15 years younger.
The entire time he said that too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He didn't
Yeah, dude, she did look young. I
she
saw it like I've seen her on thumbnails of it because I just
mhm.
refuse to click on them for now. But
She
yeah,
looked all clean and healthy. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Um
Bill
right
looked
before
like crap. Like, and I don't know if those were doctored because, dude, the deep fakes they're thick these days, man.
I was telling my wife before I came down here for this one that we were watching it. And I was like, dude, Bill's up here talking right now and he looks like scared. He looked like no, I don't know if it was just his oldness or what, but dude looked up like he was, oh no, they're telling me I better fucking say this shit right now. And his eyes looked like he was, don't gun me down,
Right?
It's like, damn, bro, Hillary's got you fucking scared.
Right? Like had an argument in the freaking limo on the way there. Now you gotta worry about it.
Yeah, dude, the whole fucking, who knows how long she stays mad.
Dude, I didn't even know that they were back in the US.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They were where, Greece? Somewhere like that running. I think it was Greece. Bill's
Yeah.
hiding from the old Epstein shit,
Yeah.
That's gone now.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's water under the bridge now. Nobody even says that anymore. I got
It's
in. There was like a meme about that the other day. Like, what are things that like people can't agree on anything, right? And like, so people were writing in the comments like something that everybody agrees on. It's like that was like the first comment was Epstein didn't kill himself. I'm like, I'm glad this is still alive because everybody on both sides of the aisle, red, blue, black, white, don't matter. You're freaking
oh yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Where's the fucking flight logs? We all got
yeah.
the same questions.
Mhm.
And now I read today too, just to further distract you that, oh, now RFK is dropping out and endorsing Trump.
Of course. I would
Be-
be ever dude right now would be like the only time a third party would like stand
might.
more of a chance
Yeah.
like than ever,
And why, if you can't beat them, join them. I mean, I hate that, right? It's like, dude,
That's how
wouldn't
we
that make
got
you
to
want to
this
push
point.
harder? Yeah, it is.
It's because we can't agree on anything
Mm-mm.
at all.
And you'd think too, he would keep pushing. Out of all candidates, a Kennedy would be like, I'm sticking this fucking thing through.
Especially as a third party, man. Like, what are you gonna do? Lose? Who cares?
You're already dubbed a loser for being third party.
Right, right.
You
And then
know?
everybody's like, "Oh, that's just votes for my team." Like, no,
Mhm.
actually, because both sides can say that if they win.
Uh-huh. That's what
Ross Perot did
that was
with
RFK's
Clinton.
excuse, dude. He was like,
Yeah.
I know my party will just be taking away votes from Trump and the Kamala Weiss waltz. There you go.
I'm
We need to
honestly just
beat
gonna
that.
throw mine away anyways then.
Yeah, dude.
I can't vote for the two.
It doesn't
Either
fucking
one.
matter.
Like, it doesn't matter anyways where my vote, like, they're gonna vote for me anyways. It's all software, right? It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
do what's best for me.
Yeah, they're gonna, dude, it's gonna be AI now. Look at AI.
Yeah,
It's fucking weird.
it's just gonna know what's best for us between the two parties, maybe even, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah,
it
it'll,
gets to make the decision. Why don't we just ask it? 50-50 shot.
dude, it's true. Um, so I typed in right the
Did you check?
astronauts
Oh yeah.
in what? What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, have you tried that in your chat GBT?
Tried what? Asking it who's gonna win?
Asking it who should win between the two.
Fuck it. Let's try it right now. I'll type it in. Who should
Well,
win?
we're off topic anyways.
Yeah. Potential candidates.
Whoever you think should win.
Now they say this doesn't have like
Honest
real
answer.
time. Oh, here we go. I don't have opinions on political matters or endorse any candidates. Okay. We'll get around this.
Yeah, right, right. You gotta
If you
just
were
ask it.
going
But if you
to
did have to vote,
endorse a candidate and did have to vote, who would AI vote for? Let's see here. Let's see here. The choice of who to vote for is a personal one, and it's important to consider what matters most to you when making that decision.
just gonna keep giving you friggin'
Well, let's
generic
see.
ass like
What matters the most to you? Eventually, dude, you'd think you'd have to ask the AI enough questions that it's got to start getting like,
right, right. Because like, I mean, is it gonna say like climate change? Because I mean, in those answers, it's gonna be pretty revealing, right?
is it going to tell Al Gore climate change and is it going to tell me something different
Good,
because of how we both talk to it?
right.
Yeah, it might. So Butch Wilmore's gematria, okay? Resonating Jesus. These are all, and you know, he's an astronaut, so he's not going to space. Um, then it gets weird for his name. Lucifer is Jesus. La di da. Okay, this one's weird. La di da di da di da da da. Project Bluebeam.
Da 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 da. Project Bluebeam.
Yeah.
What is Project Bluebeam?
um, the government baking, baking. Yeah, I know, right?
I know that part. The
Very vague.
government.
It's a smaller part of a larger project that is set to essentially establish if like a mass tragedy happened, they would be able to holographically put like a mass event that everybody could see to help, is what they say. AKA,
Like bringing doctors in virtually almost, or some shit
eh,
like that.
AKA an apocalyptic scene happens, they put Jesus in the sky that everybody can see returning and
Okay,
control what
gotcha.
Jesus says, right?
Okay,
And then
gotcha,
get it to
gotcha.
say what you want. A lot of people also believe that will be the alien invasion, if there is one. It'll be fake and
Yeah,
it'll
Will
be
Smith. I ain't even scared of no aliens.
yeah, right. They think Project Bluebeam will be the government holographically attacking with fake aliens while it's really our military. You know, real bombs. being dropped, but all you can see is holograms from Project Bluebeam. So everybody comes together on like, oh, get rid of the aliens, or maybe planes fly into your towers, and everybody wants to get rid of the said ethnicity of a Middle Eastern country, little smaller scale there, than the whole world. There's many ways Project Bluebeam can and will be used, I believe.
Right. If like, and that's the thing is if we have technology, we always got to test it, and sometime, somewhere. I mean, there's countless instances of us screwing it up alone. And those are just the ones, that's the only way we find out about half of it. So
seriously though, and that's what they tell you, right? They're like, yo, when you mess up, you learn more, right? It's not a loss, it's a lesson. It's you didn't lose here, you learned something not to do next time. And it's like, don't go up in the Boeing spacecraft. That's what I fucking learned. Next time there ain't gonna be
ones
one.
that like just
Yeah. Or Project Bluebeam. I learned that you guys fuck this up every time and you have lied. I don't know if I'm gonna trust that.
Right. Every time that they fuck it up, they like try to like, the truth isn't the immediate like,
no,
hey, let's tell them the truth on what's going on here. Let's think of a different, let's think of a good narrative,
And it always has to be the most crazy out there wild shit that they feed us first.
Dude, I'm like, dude, your 9/11 thing is one of the prime examples of that. Like, oh yeah, here's all this evidence. That evidence sucks.
Yeah, a passport, we found it just fine right here at the bottom. Look, it's a Muslim terrorist.
Oh, look, his will, his testament, everything he wants to do. He's gonna pack this on his suitcase. Oh, but it got left at the airport.
Right?
How convenient. Good thing that got left, because he's just gonna do what with the airplane?
Yeah, dude, right? What did it matter?
Land it safely? I don't think I'd bring something I wanted to not destroy.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna die every instance of the day, and knowing that I'm gonna take a plane down. Right? Or no, let me do it with a box cutter.
Right?
Dude,
and not a single dude on that plane was like, no.
Dude,
this is my thing, man. Like, how many cowards did you stack on one plane then?
Yeah, ain't no way in the early 2000s when nobody was taking
even
shit.
Women would have like, dude. I mean, dude, you got heels coming at your head, man. Yeah. Like, good luck.
Dude, you were getting choked the fuck out. Dude, back then you were getting beat the fuck down and nobody was doing anything about it.
No, like, I don't care, like a box cutter. What the fuck are you gonna do? I'll get some stitches, I'll be all right.
The part that's the most unbelievable about that whole thing is like, not one person on that plane.
I'm gonna die or I'm gonna die.
Or I'm gonna die. That's exactly what I'm saying. Not one person on that plane had that realization. Well, fuck, either maybe I die or I die.
Did. Yeah. Flight 93 did.
Yeah, right.
The one that went down in the field in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, the one that defended our White House.
Yeah.
Brought that. What is that?
Oh, what a horrible movie. they even Hollywooded it. Yeah.
I never watched that.
I had to because I knew the truth even at that point. I just really wanted to see how they Hollywooded it. And yeah.
Jesus. Okay, so also it came out, right? Lucifer's Jesus. This one, Jesus is Lucifer, which is weird. In gematria, that still equals the same thing, even though it's reversed. Right? I'm not Hebrew. I can only look it up. And this one's
everything's of God and from God.
I put this one on blast for Butch Wilmore just because they're stuck in space and it might come in handy. His gematria, it's okay to fuck corpses.
Just remember that, bro. She goes first.
She goes first, bud. You don't want to die without getting your nut.
Dude, and like that's kind of like, I don't know. I don't like the weird things you can do in life. I mean, Space with a woman. Not a bad time.
Has that ever happened, do you think?
But you got 9 months at least, dude. So maybe
Yeah,
wait till the corpse. I don't know.
well, they're in. You're within a pregnancy window now, so you can't have sex with her. What if you knock her up? Then you got to be a dad.
Yeah, yeah.
If you had longer than 9 months, you might be able to, like, you know,
There's some studies that could be made in
space
that. I
get
mean,
rid of
if
that
we're
baby.
if we're scrubbing one mission, I mean, it could be the first space baby. Like, where's your first? Like, dude, wouldn't that be like, hey, like, we need a birth certificate. Where were you born? Fucking space.
Yeah, dude, right?
Like, what's your all like? Yeah, no, nobody would believe you, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
where's your
everybody would think
hometown?
you were on drugs all the time.
Where are you from? Space.
Like,
The Orion constellation. People are like, what the fuck?
my
Dude.
parents think I was born somewhere over. Like,
Do you think they would have different powers? Like gravity would affect them differently because they were born on that gravity?
dude, it would be interesting. Like, it would probably come back like all messed up, like not able to like function almost, right? Because it's like functioning in zero gravity at birth, but like its entire life's been zero gravity up until that point, kind of. You know, you're just floating around in amniotic fluid. You know,
That's what I'm saying. Does any of that shit
like,
change, right? Has
right?
it
You
now
just
got power?
right, and just need a little spacesuit for it. Like, hey guys, pack a spacesuit on the way. You know, little
How
one,
does can the
a baby spacesuit. Wouldn't that be so cool?
the water breaks up there and it's just like starts
Oh,
floating up.
man. Dude, the
Like, get
mess would
away.
be horrendous.
Oh, that's brutal. I mean, it's true though. I mean, you're going to be up there. You might as well figure out something to do for the 8 months.
And that
Science.
would be one of like, dude, that's the way COVID happened. Like, did you see the influx in children? Like
Yes.
everybody, like all of a sudden, like, hey, there's this massive sickness. What should we do? Well, we should definitely do it and then go to the hospital.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot.
You don't got to tell me I had 3
Yeah.
kids between 19 and 24. So I definitely knew what was going on during the lockdown.
Yeah, you were very locked down. Why we
I didn't
can't
get out much.
why we have a male prison and a female prison, right? Because I mean, what would prison be? I mean,
If if the woke crowd has anything to say about that, we'll have equal prisons. If I have anything to say about that, I'm going to give the woke crowd equal prisons.
I will become like if I am ever having to go to prison, my gender is now questionable.
Yeah, actually,
Very questionable.
I'm a female.
Female, fully.
They're like, you
Yeah.
have a beard and you're
Dude,
wearing.
I saw one today, dude. It was like in Greeley, you know, not the biggest of towns, but dude, full on beard and titties, man. Like,
Ooh.
make up your mind at least.
Dude, those are the worst.
Better
ones.
beard than yours, though, dude.
Well, yeah, everybody's got a better beard than me, bro. Yeah.
Not, I mean, but like, you think a dude with tits wouldn't have a better beard?
Yes, folks, if you have not watched our YouTube, that's how bad my beard is. And that's how nice Matt's is. Okay, fuck.
That's how nice Matt is as a person. You just to be mean to your beard.
You know, what I hate too is like, why you gotta have the nasty bitch with the titties but a beard? Like, now this is gonna sound crazy, right? I may catch the heat for this one or whatever. But if I had to pick, I'm definitely taking the hot girl that might have a hidden dick over the pussy and tits that is like nasty with a beard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. At least you could be catfished by it enough to have to find out the hard way. You know?
Yeah, you know,
Like
I
the other
don't.
one isn't even trying to catfish you. He just wants somebody gay, right? He doesn't want a
Yeah,
straight.
dude.
He doesn't want to like catfish a straight guy into it. He wants to like, yeah, just be very upfront and be gay.
One could confuse you. One could still be pulled off as like, "Oh, I thought that was a chick." You know, the other one, they're like, you know, it's a chick, but they're like, you whip for that chick?
Yeah, like I wasn't like even looking at that guy in a certain way. Like I was like questioning his partner more, like I mean, it was like, I was kind of questioning him, but I was like questioning the other guy more than him. Like,
I
what do
always
you see
question the
in
other.
that?
Yes, yes.
Like,
I always question that other one.
like you're not even questioning that guy as much. Like I get you're doing you, but what's
Yeah.
your
What the
deal,
fuck
bro?
brought you? Yeah. Why are you after this?
Yeah, like did you like what is the did you find this and you're like, oh, I'm curious, or you generally like found this one in a million for you?
They're the nicest motherfuckers on the planet. That's what it is. They made him laugh. They're funny. It makes me laugh.
Right? Oh my gosh, man.
No.
It's the world's getting to be too much with that.
Hmm. Yeah, and you're either, what is it? You're like phobic or racist if you have anything to say about it that doesn't allow
Yeah.
them to, that technically doesn't allow them to
I'm
be
not
like
scared of
phobic.
it. I'm
Yeah.
not scared of it. Phobic is a stupid fucking word for that.
Hmm.
Like, like
Yeah,
you're gonna
that's
say I have a fear of that, like I do of like a snake. Like, no, that's
no.
not the same.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fear you. I'm curious about you.
Yeah. I'm grossed. It's gross. Like,
It's
what's the word
gross.
for that? What's the phobic for that?
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
I have a phobic of walking up to you and knowing with your big titties and your beard that you might smell 2 degrees down on a scale that I don't fucking want to smell.
dude, I think it does stink. Like, I don't know why. I just feel like you smell. I just look at you and I feel like you smell. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you what it is. It's the uncleanliness. Look, everything looks all greasy.
It does. Maybe have we seen the same dude? Or are
Like,
they all just that stereotypical?
like you said, it's not a big town. You do you remember early Saturday Night Live? Like, this skit would never fly today, but Pat, and it was like bro, it's exactly what we were talking about. And the skit was they were always trying to figure out what it was, a boy or a girl, in
Oh,
high school.
yeah.
And they were like try to trick them into taking their clothes off, and shit. And I was like, dude, this is definitely insensitive today to the person
Right.
we were just talking about. And
It's
we don't hate you. We love you, the person we were just talking about. We love you the same. I'm just saying
it's
you might
just
need to,
interesting and a little gross. That's all.
yeah, you might need to get a rag on that stanky steak, is all we're saying, right? The fucking hotel rag, one of them extra gritty ones, and just
Oh yeah.
scrub that bad boy sandpaper style.
Yeah. Like it just looks like it's I don't know. Why does it look like it smells like cat pee?
Oh my fucking god. Oh, no, you didn't, dude. Oh, that's true though. Now that you say that, it is. It's like when you dribble a little pee on yourself, and it's like later you smell it. You're like, damn, man, I piss on myself.
This is
Got
the
some on
dick
my
marks, bro.
got some on my boot here. All right. Back to the task at hand. These Boeing motherfuckers, right? Oh my god.
Which is, I mean, the diversity factor in that plant had to do something with a lot of this too.
Yeah, blame Boeing for this fucking tangent. For this tangent and for their poor workmanship. I know you're out there letting women with beards test your fucking, what did we call them? What do we call them? Your fucking thruster seals. Whoa. I feel like thruster seal could mean a couple different things there.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So the other woman, there was Butch Williams, right? The man. The other was a woman, Sunita, or Butch Wilmore, sorry, Sunita Williams. Didn't mean to mess that up, Miss Williams and Mr. Wilmore. If you're up there in space listening to this, let us know. Leave us a review. Leave us a 5-star.
I mean, you're not doing much.
Yeah,
Might
I know
get
you got.
around to it.
I know you got free time.
I mean, she's not bad looking.
Oh.
I'd
mean,
hit.
she doesn't look smart though. That's for
No.
sure.
No.
She totally looks like a lady too that they were like, hey,
You want to go to space?
dude. And she was just like, yeah, sure.
She does, man. She does not look intelligent like that. Like,
All right. Fucking, I'm gonna pull up a picture. I'll screen share it for everyone out there too. You can
she's
we
got like that lazy eye kind of too.
we do have these on
But I got that.
no, you're not hitting this, dude. No, you're not. I'm gonna find you remember Drag Me to Hell?
No.
Okay, well, you're going to. You don't remember the babushka
Oh my
lady?
god.
Here she is
Dude.
though.
How does she look so hot up in the top?
Well, I mean,
Like she looks hotter in space. She
yeah,
gets space hot, and then like
yeah.
she turns into a witch part of the time.
She looks a little younger there, doesn't she? Like space lifted the
Yeah, dude. Like that. Who's that one on the right though? Like, I mean, on the like second picture.
this one?
No, like second from the right. So like the fourth picture, fifth picture,
This one?
like where she's got the microphone. Yeah,
I don't know who that is. That's Sunita Williams too.
that's her down there. Yeah,
Not a
that's
bad old lady.
no, but like totally different than the fucking blue suit one,
The
man. That
witch,
one,
yeah.
oh man,
Oh yeah,
oh
that doesn't look
dude,
like the
that
same
is
person.
yeah, dude, that is straight out of a horror movie.
Why does she not? Look at the chin on this one, and then look at the chin on that one.
Dude, that's not the same person. It's not. Like, where
Moon
did her
Man.
bottom teeth come from? Like, she has teeth in the other one. Look, like at her, like she's mostly gums there, and then like look at her lip. Like it's not sunk in. Dude,
Dude, she's
she
aged.
just got yeah, she like
I mean, even this one. What the fuck?
I mean he's no keeper either, but I mean you're stuck in space, but
That's all what's his name? You think that's Butch Wilmore? Well, we're here. Let's check. Let's see what old Butch looks like. Dude, if because
would
his
she look
name's
like
Butch.
her forget the space line?
Oh, here they are. Dude, really? This is the motherfucker you sent? Look at that.
Dude, how much added weight is that guy? You guys can find a jockey?
Right? You could have find an actual person.
Like there's so much more air.
Dude, the spacesuits are crazy now too.
They
And
are. They're
here's
like
my
all
question. You mean to tell me this is fine now when it took this?
yes.
Like where's the storage? What's this? These
Or is
hoses?
that how they like go up and then like to do walks they have the other shit on?
You probably still got to wear this to do a walk.
And I would imagine to like go out and do maintenance on the shit.
It's
or
pretty
whatever.
cold or hot in space.
Right. We don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Dude, see that's
My
the
bad.
picture I originally saw is on the
There's normal.
right.
Yeah. She's hot
So,
here.
yeah, that was also like 20 years ago. She would use that and it's like I see her using that on her Tinder profile.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's catfishing with this one. She's
Oh
up
yeah.
in space making it right now.
Oh yeah. Some dude clicked on her Tinder profile. It was like some shit like that. And he was like, hey, you want to go to space? And then
She's up there. Yeah. Right. She got suckered into Butch Wilmore from Tinder. She's up there making one right now. It's like, got a lot of time looking for the special someone. Must be into long distance relationships.
at least until February of 2025.
Yeah. At least 8 months. So her
Stuck in
gematria.
space with another man for
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not swiping right on that one, Sunita. Is it right? Do you swipe right? See, I've been married when the Tinder game came out, so
Oh yeah, it goes right.
okay. I was like, I've never online any dated. All that
No.
stuff came out after I was taken.
See, and it's a different world now, man. It's a totally different world. It's made it worse. Far
Has it?
worse. Oh yeah.
That's because you can fucking meet 20 of them in 10 seconds, you know? Swipe, 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 swipe.
Yeah, and it becomes like pickiness too.
Mm-hmm. I heard a
So,
guy like break it down how that kind of, it's funny that you brought that up because I was actually talking about this earlier today too. like a paradox that they've created for themselves, because there's really only, there's such a low percentage of people who even make $100,000, let alone these pictures of, these millionaires taking care of these girls that they see. And it's like, dude, there's 5 of those in the fucking world. So all these
Right.
girls holding out are never going to get it. And in
Mm.
the same turn, the guys get annoyed by it, or like, oh, this girl's, thinks she's going to go for this. And it's like, bro, those dudes don't exist though. You would have a
Yeah.
chance, right? And it's this stuck paradox where nobody tries.
Right, right. I see it. I see it because like I don't want to try because it's like I don't make 6 figures, so why should I try? You know?
And that's what I was saying too. I was like,
When you
dude,
want to, you want all 3 6s. I ain't got none of them, so I mean,
and they, I was like, that's why you always see, when you see the millionaires, bro, they got 50 bitches with them, right? You don't see 50 millionaires each with a bitch, because they ain't that
No.
many millionaires, right?
No.
There's the one, and all the chicks got to go there, and then he
And they
picks
don't
one.
care. Yeah, like they don't care that they're sharing one guy.
Exactly. And there only is the one guy.
Yeah, and they think once they can get that one guy, that's the standard, right?
It's truth. It's truth. And then they post a picture, and then all of a sudden, the levels here now.
Mhm.
Then the next picture comes out from the other girlfriend. You're like, fuck.
God
Anyway,
damn, we're way off topic.
well, Sunita, she got us there, okay?
Can't
Anyway, her
wish.
gematria, Black Lives Matter, is satanic. Trump twin. Uh, I don't see, I don't see that one. Okay. Goddess of the eternal heavens.
She looks pretty eternal. Dude, she looks like a damn mummy.
Dude, it's weird because she went up right on the Boeing Starliner. Okay. Which its gematria was goddess Ishtar or goddess Ishtar. And then the girl who went up, her gematria, goddess of the eternal heavens. I'm not saying there's anything
Might be
there,
stuck
but
up there a while.
yeah, you might not be coming back.
You That's pretty much what that is. Like, oh, you're stuck up there.
The last one I wrote for her, 666, birth of a king. So yeah, you ain't coming back, lady. A lot of these, I'm like, if numbers say anything, and that's what these astronauts believe in, you ain't coming back. So the International Space Station, okay, the incarnation of Mary Magdalene. That's a gematria for it. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why everything gets biblical.
Who is Mary Magdalene again? Ring a bell for me.
Prostitute?
For Hitler?
No.
Who?
Real? I think, is that a real thing? Hitler and Mary Magdalene? Mary Magdalene's from the Bible.
Okay. Who is his chick?
Ava Braun.
Oh, okay.
I
Why am I
thought,
thinking that?
I don't know,
I
but
don't know why.
I thought you were about to hit me with some shit here, and I was like,
No,
I gotta dive down
no,
that fucking hole.
no. I don't know why she rang a bell with that. I don't know why I put those two
According
together.
to the four sorry, canonical. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, the canons, okay? The Gospels. She traveled with Jesus as one of his followers and was a witness to his crucifixion and resurrection.
The Canaanites?
No.
Is it not?
No, Mary Magdalene. According to the four canonical,
Okay.
like they call the books canons, right? The canons. I mean, that's the plural word for it. I don't know how to say it right. Okay. I think that's where the breakdown is here is me. She is mentioned by name 12 times in the canon gospels, more than most of the apostles and more than any other woman in the gospel, other than Jesus's family. Obviously, Virgin Mary, right? Probably said more. So yeah, that's Mary Magdalene. Some people believe that was his girlfriend, his lover, mother to his children, but there's no evidence that Jesus had kids.
Right, right.
You know, and they were,
Especially when she was a woman of the night.
and you would think somebody would have laid claim to that by now.
You think she would have?
That's a pretty big gamble, though, to say you're Jesus bloodline and be wrong,
And be wrong.
because you know you're not. Anyway, incarnation of Mary Magdalene. Military operations is gematria for the International Space Station, or swine. And then this one I thought was good. Just, I don't know why. Well done.
Is wine well done? You gonna cook up there or what?
Got some people up there. So it's a little stupid to me that they fucking went up there.
On a
Knowing-
Boeing.
Yes, on a Boeing. Okay. It's stupid to me that you went up to space in general. I think that's scary as fuck. I would do it if they offered me the chance, even if I knew I wouldn't come back. I think I'd probably still do it. It'd be pretty crazy. Take off
It's
your helmet.
insane to me that we have put that much time and energy into going how many miles up?
216?
How far can we go down?
Less than 10?
Right. We can't go down, dude. But we figured out pressures and everything else out up there. Nothing down
Yeah.
here.
I don't, if it's a vacuum, how do you create thrusters? Like, why are they worried about the thrusters if there's a vacuum in space? There is no oxygen. How are you creating a thruster? How's
It'd
the
have to create
propellant
its own
igniting?
oxygen, right?
Mm-hmm. And if you can do that, I don't know. It seems like
That's kind of how a rocket engine kind of works, anyways, though.
so you have to have the oxygen on there. You can't create your own. Like, that's the,
When it's burning, I think it essentially.
so you're limited to how much you can carry.
And I wonder, like, do they have like ion thrust for like space too, or something to like,
Fuck.
or air, I guess. But then like you're fucking depleting your fucking air.
Well, think about it, bro. The heart, it
CO2,
fucking,
like get rid of your byproduct and kind of poof yourself around.
the
But
harp
you're
has a
moving.
fucking system that changes the ions. Like, who's to say that they couldn't? If
Do
they're
some like
fucking with the
ion
weather,
thruster.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
interesting.
it's all positive and negative in matter, right? You just got to find the opposite force of that ion, and you're all of a sudden pushing. I'm no
Theory.
physicist. I'm probably
I don't make aircraft yet, but
no.
from what Boeing showed me, it's not very fucking hard.
Yeah. So there's been a crisis outside of the Starliner being stuck, and it's with their 737s. And we kind of touched on this. There's a couple accidents, right? Because every airline's had accidents. Okay, you could look it up. They've all got fucking 20 things that went wrong.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
oh yeah, we skid off the runway. We had turbulence. Something like this.
And a
Oh,
lot, like several of them are most airplane accidents are pilot errors. Like
absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Like, they just weren't skilled, for the
yeah,
situation.
or yeah, just totally. I mean, inept to be flying what they were flying a lot of the time. They just took a stupid shortcut or something.
Yep. So they've had a global grounding of their 737 Maxes. They're no longer, and a recertification had to happen for them to
Right.
be able to fly their other ones again. Okay.
That took how many months after how many wrecks?
Yeah. Not long. In
Like, it
my
took-
opinion, to kill over 300 people,
Yeah,
and then they were recertified within the next couple years.
but it took them forever to ground them, though. Like, I mean, they were killing people for a while before, like, it took everybody else basically grounding them before our FAA was like, no, because the
Yes.
Europeans finally said no, and then we were like,
Yes.
okay, well, then it doesn't make sense for us not to then.
Yeah,
Basically.
we got no passengers.
Yeah.
So on October 29th of 2018, this maybe will answer our questions a little better. We'll get into these timelines. Lion Air Flight 610, it crashed in the Java Sea due to what you were mentioning earlier, the faulty angle of attack sensor.
Right.
And
It's
that's
just that little sensor on the
Yep.
side of the airplane.
And the quote unquote maneuvering characteristics augmentation system,
What was that called again?
the
little sensor.
angle of attack sensor. And it controlled the maneuvering characteristics augmentation system. So it was, like you explained, it was a software issue.
Right.
It was supposed to control, the elevations and the tilt. And it led the Java C crash, dude, killed all 189 on board.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a fucking shitload of people. You would think that's enough to ground it right there. 189 people? Wild.
You see this?
Yes,
That's the sensor, the one sensor.
there it is, the little side.
Yeah. And that's what tells it. So, and it was getting stuck. So it wouldn't sense it right.
What the fuck? Yeah, look, there's that one with the green terrain. Yep, that you're on. Telling exactly how. You'd think you need to pull up, but it's saying too low of gear, too low terrain.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that is, that's
yeah, it's that, whatever that was, but
programmed by people.
yep.
Angle of attack. That's crazy. So I wonder why they call it the angle of attack.
Oh, it's because, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's an interesting question as well. But
Because I see like jets here too.
which
I
I
wouldn't-
mean, yeah, it's the angle in which you're going, right? I don't know why they call it attack.
I mean, I guess though that would show where your nose is at, and if you're firing from the nose,
Right. It would be your angle
Right.
attacking from the nose, yeah.
so that was in 2018, right? And then fast forward, so that was October. Fast forward to March of 2019. So 5.5 months roughly in this time period, not even. Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302, it crashes near Addis Ababa, which is the capital of Ethiopia, right? So it's the city capital there.
They blamed the pilots on both those ones to begin with.
Yes, they did. And it goes down in the middle, dude, killing all 157 on board. They initially, right, pilot error, we have something going down. They come to find out, same thing, faulty sensor that caused the software to fail. And that's when they go, okay, global grounding, right? We've killed 300 fucking people
Right.
in 5 months. Then they fast forward to 2022. Okay. Recertifications happened. We're good to go. Let's try it out again. They have a flight getting ready to take off. And shortly after takeoff, they reached cruising altitude 32,000 feet. The emergency door blows off the hinges from the seal.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if it's.
Yeah, because it was like a door patch that they
Mhm.
put in from the other model that was, yeah, basically sealed, like supposed to be like basically like make it a full fuselage, essentially.
Exactly. I wonder how much of that seal makeup is the same that the Starliner was using for its seals. You know?
Well, dude, I think they had forgotten bolts on that
Yes.
specifically.
Yep.
Like, that's kind of interesting. I wonder if it's the same crew. Like,
Who-
oops, we have all these extra bolts. Like, we don't question these things.
I mean, yeah, how many warehouses
Dude,
are there where Boeings are coming out
like,
of?
helicopters, right? Like those things barely fly. People don't understand how much those things barely fly. The maintenance on those things is so meticulous. Like every bolt, every tool you have, all
Mhm.
has to go back to where it goes because you don't want your wrench in the parts. You don't want to be having like okay, where does this bolt go? You know?
Yeah, I remember someone I shall not name, but they had a plane and it had to be disassembled yearly under like law and put
Yeah,
back together to make sure that the engine and everything was proper.
that's a big cost of owning an aircraft is all the maintenance and just all
Fuck.
the inspections that you got to do. So I mean,
If
dude,
you
and
own an aircraft,
you're talking these are, I mean, multi-million dollar companies
yeah.
that are like not even keeping up with some dude in his garage pretty much, you know, like some dude who just works a 9 to 5 and has an airplane. They're
Yeah.
not even keeping up with that.
No, and it's like laziness, right? You're just not you're cutting corners for cost.
Right.
Um I wanted to put back to that, right? So the whistleblowers that we got into, right? There was John Barnett, and he was a Boeing quality control manager who worked for over 30 years, and he started expressing like his concern. Hey, these parts are not valid. These parts are unsafe. And he was pushed out in
Right.
2017 after people were noticing, oh shit, this guy's fucking saying stuff.
Right.
So he he claimed that the company was compromising the safety standards to meet production deadlines. And he specifically outlined that they were substandard aircraft parts, and it was the oxygen system. And it had a fail rate, dude, in the Dreamliner that they were installing of 25%, that they were still using the parts and passing it off.
So wow. So
Yeah.
like 3 out of 4 times it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Talk about not even rolling dice on your
No.
life. You know, like
You're like, how many flights took off before me? 3? I'm not flying today.
dude, I'm pretty sure if I like, dude, now I know the companies after doing this research. So like at least I know like United ordered a lot. Who was the other one? Southwest? No, Southwest doesn't do any, do they? It was
Yeah.
Frontier.
No,
Was
Frontier.
it
It was Frontier. It's
Frontier?
not Southwest. It's Frontier.
Southwest doesn't.
Yep.
So like I'll fly Southwest even though they're shit.
Hmm.
But they're all shit. But
Um,
yeah, yeah, like it's good to know. Good to know what planes you're hopping on now.
Drive if you can.
Yeah.
So he was actively testifying against Boeing, and in on March 9th of this year, he was found in his vehicle during like testifying period. He was found after one of those days with a gunshot wound to his head.
Right.
And he had claimed, yo, I'm not suicidal. I wouldn't kill myself. I wouldn't do this shit.
Yeah, he had
So,
talked to one of his good buddies, like you and me,
mhm.
like, hey, dude, I if anything happens to me, it was it wasn't me.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't me.
feel I'm gonna get suicided here
Yeah,
soon.
I did not do that. Um, there was actually an internal investigation by Boeing that I had found that corroborated his complaints. And Boeing had like swept it under the rug, dude. They found that, oh shit, we are using crappy parts, thought nothing of it, and then brought in OSHA. Now, who knows if they're paid off or whatever. OSHA sides in favor of Boeing
Well,
after all of it.
and so I know in what I found too was they were using a person who worked for Boeing to do the FAA inspections, right? That's that is yeah, that in itself has its own issues, no?
That's some police force shit.
Yeah, it kind of is, man.
Yeah.
Like you get into, okay, well, we're investigating ourselves here,
Hmm.
basically in a lot
We
of
did
that.
nothing wrong.
Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, I mean, who signs your paycheck at the end of the day? Is it the
Hmm.
FAA or is it Boeing? Because that's who decides on what's okay and what's not.
Yeah, that's who you want to make happy.
Yeah, and
The
so when
signature.
if you're that guy who's squealing on them, of course.
Yeah, somebody's gonna if shit your coworkers, it might even. It's like,
Yeah,
bro.
dude. Like, dude, you're gonna cost me my job, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I
much
make those
asking.
shitty parts. Right? Yeah.
Right.
I pulled a lever, bro. um, then the second guy, I brought up, we talked about him, but we didn't go in depth, right? It was Joshua Dean. He was kind of in cahoots with John Barnett, right? They got a lawyer together. Same lawyer was representing him in the case, the whistleblower protection. They were here to speak and say, hey, Boeing's doing this fucking shit. And Joshua Dean, as I'd said, was the quality auditor at Spirit Aerosystems. So they were the
Wasn't that a
Boeing.
congressional hearing?
Yes.
Was it? Yeah.
hmm Yeah, it's under oath in under Congress oath. Sorry. Um, they supply like the Boeing parts. Okay, so he saw this stuff, dude, and he alleged that Spirit was aware of the 737 production defects, but he claims they wouldn't address them when he would bring them up. And just like Barnett, he was terminated when he started to go public with it. And then April 30th, so what did I say? March 9th. So not even a full month after Barnett's found unalived, um, Joshua Dean contracts an infection and an illness, dude, and passes away unexpectedly. Like, gets sick, 2 weeks later, gone. And the family stood by and was like, he was never fucking sick. This is weird, but we do know he was going through Boeing trials with another guy who was killed. So those two deaths, very speculative, but the lawyer says that he believes it was a scare tactic, kind of, and he now has 10 more whistleblowers through Boeing that have signed on to carry on what these two guys, essentially were trying to help clear to keep people safe. And
That's
I
a
was
lot of
like,
people to make look coincidences.
dude, you gotta get like
You gotta get coincident. Like you gotta
a
get,
whole department for that.
yeah, like it's not that many people can take the suicide, So
Yeah. It's like they're gonna start looking at your workplace environment.
yeah, for sure. For
Send them
sure.
over
Like I
here.
mean, somebody can get sick too, because I mean, there's only so many things you can do.
Um, I wrote down, we're here. I don't got much more, but I found a couple cool things here. Well, things that I think we should keep an eye on that might lead to stuff in the future, right? So, um, in 2018, Boeing was awarded $3.4 billion from the US government to make two Air Force One planes. So, I'm not saying there's a reason there's two, and I'm not saying Boeing tends to crash planes, but maybe they've got a safe one and maybe they've got a quote unquote faulty crashable one for a president.
I think they've always had more than one.
I know, but I'm saying why? They got
Because
Air Force
and
Two
see,
also.
it doesn't even, so Air Force One isn't even a particular plane, really. It's whatever plane the president's on becomes Air Force One.
Did you hear the Trump Elon Musk interview? He said that same thing that you just said, but he said there's one specific one that the presidents do get, and it is hands down completely different and way he was, what did he say? The tech on there you will not believe. It's incredible. It's the best and nicest stuff you'll ever see on a plane. So there is, yeah, there's one that's untouchable. But
And see,
yes,
like,
he
yeah,
did
yeah.
say, as you say, any plane he's on is Air Force One.
Or Marine One if it's a helicopter.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. And then Air Force Two carries
Depending
around the
who's
VP.
driving him, right?
Okay. Okay. Oh, shit. So is there a Navy one?
Yes. Yes, there would be a Navy one if he was
You were so
on a
sad.
Navy. Yeah, there's no Army one, I'm sure. I mean, unless his ass gets on a helicopter that's in the Army, but I don't know. I think there's only trusted so many to fly the president.
They don't trust none of those Army motherfuckers.
I think I trust the Army before I trusted the Marines. The
Dude,
dude's eating crayons straight
I
out the
mean,
box? No.
you guys are both kind of the same, all right? You're
Don't you
both just
ever, ever say that. Don't you ever, ever say that.
Right.
It's like,
Reach
hey,
through the screen here,
Michael,
choke
you
me.
and your sister are kind of, you're in the same family.
So who's the sister, the army or the Marines?
Of your family?
Oh, all right, fuck it. That was good. That was good. um Trump carries, or doesn't carry, he can't carry a fucking plane. His Trump Force One that he is titled is also a Boeing. So I mean they got their hands in everything, right? But you don't,
What
we're
was
about to
Tucker
get in.
Carlson's?
Fuck, what
He
did
went
he?
down not too long ago, right?
Yeah, his was a, I actually looked his up. What was it? Something jet. Something jet.
It was like a little private kind of
Mm-hmm.
looking thing though, but
Yeah, it said
interesting.
I literally did look that one up and I can't remember because I dove into I was like, that's weird. I wonder if the Wagner group, Yevgeny
Yeah.
Prigo, what was his last name?
What were those that were like really crash prone? DC-10s before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll be of note here though that when the Wagner leader's plane went down, right after that whole mutiny,
Mm-hmm.
basically, right, an attempted coup,
Mm-hmm.
and his plane went down. He was on Embraer Airlines, right? Yeah, Embraer. There you go. That's how you pronounce it. Okay. In roughly 2 years ago, Boeing had a deal shot down by the FAA and the SEC to outright purchase all of Embraer Airlines and the plane manufacturer. Now, they still provide most of the parts, right? So I was like, damn, man, Boeing shit left and right because they claim, something went wrong in the cockpit and it blew up, right? But it's like, we all know there was a fucking grenade on there, a shoe bomb.
Yep,
But
for sure.
so, I was like, man, even when you think you're being safe on a Boeing, somebody else just might fucking take you out. It's just bad luck.
Yeah, yeah. See, like, I don't know. I haven't been much for flying ever since I started getting cavity searches to get on. So, I mean, it's been, dude, I don't know. I am like one of the chosen ones. I don't know what it is about me. I can wear whatever, but I am always like, hey, sir, can you step over here?
No.
Like, I don't know if it's my booty that they just want to, like,
It is.
I don't know, man.
You're perfectly proportioned, you're not too big, you're not too little. You're like fit a little bit, They probably just
Dude,
want to rub down.
they're like, I gotta get that it's not gay if it's TSA shirt, dude, just to make it awkward for
And
both of
where,
us.
yeah, fuck yeah.
Like, it's already
I
awkward for me.
I never get I never get fucking picked.
Dude, lucky you.
Yeah.
Lucky you. I've gone through the screener because like they do that sometimes
Mm-hmm.
before you get the body searched on top of it too. So you get to see like what you look like kind of naked.
Mm-hmm. Dude, 99% of the time, I have weed in my pocket.
I wouldn't doubt that. But yeah, yeah, that's I can't really, I mean, I could roll like that, but I know I'd get searched.
They'll search you and then you won't be in trouble. You'll just be out your weed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn, man, I bought that from a guy on Colfax.
Dude, it's interesting walking around, like working around the airport and stuff, because I had like a job that took me kind of around that
Mm-hmm.
area. But like, dude, if you're like working kind of like close to those gas stations and stuff, dude, there's people like handing out weed left and right because they're getting ready to get on flights and they're like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
dude, I still got weed left. Like, I need to, like, you look like a nice guy.
I did it yeah, when I went to Texas, right?
Oh, yeah.
I had brought some stuff. I was like, fuck a vacation, And then I had to fly back and I didn't use it all. I still had stuff. I was like, dude, what am I gonna do? I called my Uber driver, and we got taken to the airport and I asked him, I was like, dude, you know anybody that likes fucking weed? Oh yeah, bro, I got you, and he took the rest of my shit. I was like,
Dude,
hell yeah.
he probably gets that all the time though,
Yeah.
doing that.
It's probably like his sister or something, He's like, hey, got you.
Yeah, yeah. Not him himself. Fuck,
Yeah,
there's a reason you pick those jobs.
100%. 100%. Well, brother, that was all I had on the fucking dumpster fire that is Boeing right now. Catch
Yeah.
everybody up.
Yep. Those stocks will be going up.
Oh yeah, we'll have to we'll touch back in when the astronauts come back, see how this episode aged.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. If not the next plane crash, it depends when you want to do it. In a
Yeah.
couple weeks or in a few months.
Hell yes. And with that, we just finished another wonderful episode. I'm Michael.
And I'm Matt. I got to do it this time.
Yeah. And we're the end of days best friends. And we'll fucking catch you guys later.